morning. It is, oh my god, it's Monday, I think. Yes, it's Monday. It's our first full day here. Technically, we're in Virginia, outside of DC. We just grabbed breakfast this morning at the Aviary. It's the breakfast restaurant place here in the hotel. It's included in our room. So the breakfast buffet was really good, a lot of nice options, warm breakfast, a lot of fruit. And so now I've just gotten ready. I'm gonna head into the city, into Washington, DC. I'm gonna hop on the metro train, whatever they call it here, and go in and explore. I'll show you what I'm gonna be doing once I get there, because you never know, things may change. Because this is kind of unscripted, I'm kind of winging it as I explore on my own and make the trek into the city via the public transportation system. So come along, let's see what happens today. But it's going to be a good day, so let's go. All right, so I'm heading to the train, which is over there on the left. This is basically on the other side of this construction wall that I'm going to walk past. All right, so I've made it. Basically just across the street. And heading up to the escalator. If you look to the right, there's the hotel. Their watermark, so it's just literally across the street. And I just realized I was like looking for where do I buy tickets, because I haven't bought a ticket yet. So we'll see. All right, so I bought my ticket. The machines here are a little confusing to me. I don't know why. I had to have the attendant at the teller spot help me out. I got a round trip ticket for today, $11.50, like $5.95 each way, and then I'll get one tomorrow if I need it. But for now, I'm heading downtown to the city. This should be interesting. So he told me I'm heading towards Largo Town Center, so get on the left side. Well, here I am. Fortunately, I'm okay. Got 6 minutes to go. And if you go back to the other side here, there is the hotel. Now, all its glory. We are up on the 23rd floor. I forgot to tell you, we're up on the 23rd floor. I think the building is 24, so we're almost at the top. Great views. And let's see how this goes. Well, I made it to Metro Center. It's 10 stops. It took me about 35 minutes to get to the downtown center of DC. Showing you the stop right here. So my plan right now is to head to the Ford's Theater to do a little tour, since we've always passed it by but I've never done it. So, according to this, my exit is FN12, so I'm heading this way. Hopefully, let's see if we get there. So you gotta have your ticket ready, because you have to tap to get out again. And have it ready as you're heading out. I feel like I've been here before, or maybe this is because the last time we were in DC, we took the train from Reagan National Airport to the center. It was like maybe 10 minutes, but maybe that'll look the same to me, but we'll see. Or I end up here. So here's where I exited. There's a sign called Metro Center. This is my stop, so this is where I exited. So here's where I'm heading, the Ford's Theater. We'll see if I can get tickets or what I'm going to be doing. Here we are, winging things. finished the first part of the museum, and this is going to be the theater exhibit. I think I'm going to go up to the first balcony because there's a presentation in a few minutes starting at 11:45.
Yes. Was that where Lincoln was sitting? Yes, he was sitting in the box right there. No one sits in the box.
Third part of our ticket tour. This is the Petersen House. We're gonna head on in, and I'll tell you more about it later, everything that we've done.
That's really funny.
So I am on the third floor. This is the Petersen House. There's a museum. Once you get through the first floor of the Petersen House, you take an elevator up to the fourth, and there are more stories about John Wilkes Booth, his trail, and then more library stuff, and I'm heading down to the second floor now to see what else is here. Here is a tower of books in the Petersen House Museum. Want to see how tall it is? So I'm standing outside Petersen House. That was the third part of the tour. Right behind me, let me spin around. Right behind me there is Ford's Theater. That was the first part of the tour. We did the Ford's Museum and like the lower part And then there was the presentation in the theater itself by a park ranger. So I entered at 11 o'clock and the presentation started about 11:45. So you've got about 45 minutes to go through the museum, and then you'll hear a 15-minute presentation from a park ranger and hear more about, what happened actually at the theater itself, the night Lincoln was assassinated. And then after that, you end up going to the Petersen House, which is across the street. So let me turn it here. And this is where you get to see where Lincoln was brought in and where he ultimately passed away. And then there's a museum connected to it. You go all the way to the top, and this modern building here, I believe, is where the modern museum part is connected. That's where I exited. So some of the interesting facts about the Ford Theater. So what we actually saw inside is actually a recreation. There's been, let me start back. It originally was a Baptist church for about 30 years, and then the congregation moved to a different location. Then it was a Ford's Theater. There was a fire, unfortunately, so that's the first tragedy. Lincoln's assassination was a second tragedy. And then after the assassination, the building was converted to an office building. Where there were different office levels. There was a collapse where the third floor collapsed onto the second onto the first, and over 30 people passed away during that. After that, it was converted back to a theater, and so Ford Theater is now actually a working theater, and that's what we're actually getting to see and what we went through in terms of the experience. So what we saw inside is a reproduction, but you still got to see exactly where Lincoln's booth was, where he was assassinated. We got to see the trail where John Wilkes Booth passed by in the back on the second story where I was sitting. And it's very interesting. Definitely check it out here in Washington, D.C. to learn more about the history. One of the things I remember is that we actually watched a show on Apple TV about, I forgot the name now, it was about Lincoln's assassination and hunting down Wilkes Booth. On Apple TV is a very good show. So there's a lot of stuff that I correlated to that, to what I heard here and what I read about. But definitely check it out here in Washington, D.C. And I got here, I didn't even buy a ticket. I just walked up, asked for a ticket, and they actually had free tickets for day of. And I just got into a tour line, and there you go. So I think I am off to one of the Smithsonian museums next. I think it's that way because I see the museum park or the mall. So, all right, I am making my way to the mall, to the Smithsonian Museum. And I believe it's this way because I thought I saw one of the big museums over there. So as I'm heading over to the mall, there is the old post office and the tower. On our last video, the last time we were in DC, we went all the way up there. You get fantastic views of the city, 360. No tickets required, it's free. I think it's a better deal than going up the Washington Monument if you go up there. And it's you have to go there's a different entrance around the hotel, but definitely if you're in DC and you want great views, go up to the old post office tower. Okay, so I think down the street from Ford's Theater, that's where I want to go, the Natural History Museum. It's just down the street, so it's very easy and convenient. So this is one of the museums at the National Mall. This one is free as far as I know, and no tickets required for timed entry. So you just kind of go in whenever and explore, which is what I'm going to do now. There's the Washington Monument, you can see that in the distance. So I made my way into the Natural History Museum. Basically just walk through a quick security detector. They don't even ask you to remove anything, you just kind of walk through. And here I am. I took the first set of escalators up and I'm on the main floor. And here is a beautiful, amazing looking elephant. I think that's real, hopefully. And the main rotunda. Let me look up. So like I said today, I really don't have any plans. I'm just going to kind of wander through and see what we can find. I'm going to try to see if there are any special exhibits that are here. Again, I should have done better planning, but here I am. of course, the one exhibit that they had is under renovation, which I asked the information guide. But there are two up here on the second floor. There's one on cell phones, and then there's also one on, it's called Lights Out, something about the night sky. So I'm gonna go check out the Lights Out and see what that is all about. But let me turn you around and you can see where I am. I'm above on the second floor. Here is the center balcony, or here is the center rotunda. You can take a look. There's the, I don't know, I'm gonna say taxidermied elephant. But I'm gonna head over there. You can see me. Where am I? Over there. Over there. I'm gonna head over there. So I think this is where the Lights Out exhibit is. Oh, here we go. Lights Out exhibit. Let's check this out. Cell phone exhibition. So this is one of the two that's open. I just finished the lights exhibition and now this is all about cell phone. So I'm just gonna kind of walk through this and see what it's all about and we'll talk about it afterwards. This is pretty cool. The history of all the old cell phones in the past. I'm trying to see how many of my old ones I could recognize as I go through this. This is a cool display because it's showing what we did before cell phones. And then all the things that are created because of cell phones. So you can stand here and there I am. Now this is not a fashion moment, it's just showing what it'll do. So I finished the cell phone exhibit. I thought it was interesting. It was nice to see a lot of the old phones from the past. I wonder how many I can dig up from my drawers as far as old cell phones. And now I'm passing by the butterfly exhibit. I'm not going to go in because you had to pay. I've done this already. You can go inside there, you can see the butterflies flying around you. It's kind of like what we did in New York, in the New York Natural History Museum there. Butterflies. This is kind of a much smaller space you walk through, but nice experience. At the center here. I wonder if this is the Hope Diamond that everybody's crowding around. All right, well, that is, I believe, my time here at the Natural History Museum at the Smithsonian at the mall. I've checked out a few things, checked out the available exhibits that are here, the cell phone exhibit and the light exhibit. I like the cell phone exhibit more. That one is a little more interesting in terms of seeing some of the past stuff in terms of the phones and what the phones have done. The light exhibit was okay, a lot of just more informational things on the wall. Not much interactive things to do in that part, but it was okay. Unfortunately, the Wonders exhibit, the one that I really wanted to see, is under refurbishment. It's not open right now, so I wasn't able to see it. But all of it is on the second floor when you come up here to the Smithsonian. So with that said, I'm gonna head out. I'm trying to think if I'm gonna head back and hop on the train, and I've got some stuff to do back at the hotel, or if I'm gonna wander around. So we'll see what happens next. Well, I am back at the hotel. Taking the train into DC and taking it back on the metro was very easy. Easy to understand, easy to use, and the train system is really nice, air conditioned and everything. So, with that said, I've got some work to do, and then we'll see what's going to happen for dinner tonight. But that is the latest in my day of adventure, and we'll go from there. So this is the crab soup, right? And then we also got the deviled eggs. What makes these different?
They taste good.
And where are we at?
They have bacon, Bush and Barrel.
Bush and Barrel restaurant. So
Like-
what is this? This is the crab cake sandwich.
Yeah, what view do you want?
Crab cake sandwich with fries.
Did a rat chew on my bun?
And I also got the crab cake entree with corn and edamame. And the soup is really, really good. It looks bad here, but it's really, really good.